What's going on, guys? Lawson here. So today we're going to be talking about the difference between a $300 reel and an $1,100 reel right here. We're going to get into this. So this beast of a reel in my hand right here, this is a Daiwa Saltiga Dogfight 8000. This is an $1,100 fishing reel. Now, is an $1,100 fishing reel necessary to own? Probably not. Would you be better off buying something that's around $300? I don't know, and we're gonna discuss the benefits of each, and that's what this video is gonna be about. So the two reels we're gonna be comparing today are a Daiwa Saltiga Dogfight in 8000 size, and this is a Shimano Saragosa 6000. These are the two biggest spinning reels that I own, and it would be better to compare an 8000 to an 8000, but this is the next close size I own, and it'll be a great comparison. So, real quickly, I'm going to run over the numbers on a Saragosa 8000, so the equivalent size to this reel in my hand right here, a Saragosa 8000. We're going to run over the specs of what you'll find in this reel. So, the Shimano Saragosa 8000 is going to be a 22-ounce reel, has a 5.6 to 1 gear retrieve ratio, can hold 265 yards of 50-pound braid, and has a 27-pound drag on it. That is a great reel by all standards. Honestly, that is a workhorse, and this is going to catch you a lot of big fish. It can handle most things that you're going to be dealing with, and it's honestly nothing wrong with it. Alright, so now I'm going to talk about the Saltiga 8000. The price difference between a Saragosa 8000 and a Saltiga 8000 is $800. That's a lot of bones. But wait till you hear the specs on this thing. So, this is a 30-ounce reel. It is almost 2 pounds to use, and I've only thrown it a handful of times, but you are going to be building up some freaking forearm muscles using this reel, that is for sure. 30-ounce reel, close to 2 pounds, has a 5.7 to 1 gear ratio here. Now, I just want you guys to guess before I say, I know it sounds cheesy, how much line do you think is on the spool of this reel here? I have a cover on it. I'm going to pull it off so you can see. I want you to guess how much line you think is on this reel right here. I'll give you a second. Now, when I went to the store, I had my buddy VJ line this with 50-pound braid, and he was able to get 576 yards of 50-pound braid on this reel. 576, that is insane. Opposed to Saragosa's 265 that was able to go on here. That is a crazy amount of line, and I said to him, if anything ever spools me, I never deserved to catch that fish anyways. That is an absurd amount of line, and that's why you see a lot of people use these types of reels fishing from the beach, fishing from the rocks, like, you know, the boys from Morning Tide. I think they have a few of these reels, and they use them to catch big GT and tuna from the rocks and stuff like that. This is a reel meant for big fish, and it has such a huge spool capacity that you don't necessarily have to chase down fish like you would with a Saragosa. Like this Saragosa, I've had to chase down big jack before because they've almost pulled out all of the line on it. I don't think you'll be chasing very many fish with this. Now, probably the most insane number to me, besides having twice the spool capacity on this reel as the Saragosa does, the drag on this thing. Now, Saragosa, 27 pounds of drag. That's a hell of a lot of drag. Now, the Saltiga, on the other hand, has 66 pounds of drag. I don't even know what you need that much drag for, but this sucker's got it. So this is gonna be insane for fishing for monster snook around bridges, for tarpon, anything big. And there's a reason I got this reel. It's not because I was like, ooh, let me spend a dumb amount of money on something. No, I have some grand plans for trips I'm going to be making and for new fish I'm going to be trying to target, that this thing is honestly a necessity. Like, I need to have a reel that can handle this level of fish. About a year ago, when I kind of first just started making videos during the tarpon run, or not the tarpon run, during the mullet run, I went out and I hooked probably 8 or 9 tarpon over 150 pounds, and I just didn't have the gear to handle them. I didn't get spooled or anything, and they just all came off, but I just never really stood a chance to handle them. This reel, this is gonna handle those fish. And so the idea is it's gonna be used for my big fish reel, for targeting monster snook, monster jack, tarpon, GT, sharks from the beach. That is the only thing I've actually used this so far for, is I've been shark fishing with it on a video I'm working on, so you guys can look forward to that. But this is gonna be a big fish reel. It's gonna be for catching giants, and honestly, when you're dealing with a certain level of fish, you have to have the right tackle. Now, would a 8,000 Saragosa be able to tackle a tarpon or a big giant snook or a big giant jack? Hell yes. So don't think that you need to own this because it's the best and it's there. Own what's in your price range, own what you can deal with. I've used the Saragosa for a long time. It is a fantastic reel. It's a great reel, and I am fortunate enough to where this is what I do for a living, that this is what I can get, and I'm going to be putting a lot of time and work into making this reel work for its price tag that I had to pay for it. That's just part of it. It would be like buying a really expensive $5,000 camera to go take pictures of birds and fish on the weekend. Is it awesome to have it? Yeah, if you can have it, it's great. But having your iPhone or having just a nice little camera to take photos works just as well. It's going to do the thing. I'm just fortunate enough, this is what I get to do for a living now, that the tackle is going to be able to step up and hopefully help me out land some monster fish here in the future. Alright, so a few other details about, why is this Saltiga so ridiculously expensive? It is mag sealed, meaning it is much more corrosion resistant than most reels are going to be, because all of these bearings and everything, all the parts are sealed on it, so salt water can't creep in as well, which is great because a lot of what I'm going to be using this for is on the beach and getting dirty. And things being mag sealed, isn't a necessity, but it's really going to help you out. So this reel right here, you're looking at a reel that should last for years and years and years, depending on how much use you're putting in on it. And this, for me, is like a reel that's gonna last a season or two, because how much work I put in on my reels, where I'm fishing almost every single day for 8 hours or so. These reels go through a lot of wear and tear, not just from like being dropped or bumped around the boat accidentally, but from just being used and being turned and salt water getting sprayed on them. They go through a lot of pain and effort, and so having something that's mag sealed and that's gonna be really corrosion resistant and really stand up against the elements is a huge deal. So that could be the difference of buying one reel for 5 years or buying 3 reels for those 5 years. And so you just gotta think about that. Now, am I gonna say that you guys need to get this? No. I honestly, like, if one of my friends bought this, I'd be like, you're stupid, why would you buy a reel like that? And I know that's what my friends think too. It's a cool thing, but it's dumb. Another point between these two reels that's pretty insane to me. So an 8,000 Saragosa has 5 ball bearings in it. And now ball bearings reduce friction and help keep the reel moving when there's stress and, a fish is pulling on it. It's gonna reduce stress and reduce friction in your reel. Saragosa has 5 ball bearings. The Daiwa Saltiga has 14 ball bearings. Now, this is just a tank of a reel. I wish you could feel it and just feel how heavy it is. It is just honestly a badass reel. So just a few last things. Aesthetically, the Daiwa Saltiga to me is just a very badass, clean looking reel. It looks like it's a gun or a military piece of equipment, where it's just got the steel and it has a really nice fat metal handle, which I like. Now on the Saragosa, has a kind of a rubberized plastic handle. It's very comfortable, but it feels a little cheaper, and that's just kind of what you get. So overall, I like the aesthetics of the Saltiga a lot more than Saragosa, but that's really a personal taste and how you like the feel of a reel and how you like things to look. But just beware, this is a heavy ass reel. It's very heavy. It's literally 2 pounds. You add a rod onto it, you can get pretty tired throwing this a lot. It's gonna be something that you either have to get used to, or you're gonna struggle throwing it all day if you don't just get used to it. All that being said, those are our 2 differences between these 2 beasts of a reel. Saragosa, still an amazing reel. I can't say anything bad about it. It's fantastic. So don't let this video think otherwise. I just want to show you the comparison between 2 reels like this. Now the Saltiga, you're paying for what you get. It is super expensive reel, but it is top quality, high-end stuff. And I looked at things like Shimano Stellas and Van Stahls. And Van Stahls, I've used a few of them before, and I've had people let me throw them. They're very cool reels. I'm not a huge fan of how they look for the most part, and the no bail, I get it, but I'm not really a fan of it. And then the Stellas, I just personally like the aesthetics of the Saltiga a little more than the Stella, but that's just my preference, and I wanted to try something new because I almost only use Shimano stuff, so I thought it was time to try something a little different. I'm very excited about this reel. So the reason I got this reel, it wasn't just to spend a frivolous amount of money on something nice. I have some upcoming trips that this is going to be a necessity. We're going to be tackling some really huge fish, ranging from giant snook, tarpon, humongous jack crevalles, maybe the cousin of a big giant jack crevalle, and a lot of different things. So I want to hear from you guys in the comments. What do I need to be taking on? We got the gear now. What do we need to get after? Or we have something that can handle these giant fish? So it's time to take them on. Leave some comments below and tell me what kind of fish I should be targeting now that I have some more proper equipment to really tackle some big fish. That is it for today's video. Something a little different. I just wanted to show you this new gear. And I know getting a reel like this is something I just can't gloss over on my channel and not say anything about, because you guys notice literally everything, and that's kind of what I love about our community. We're very tight-knit. I appreciate you guys so much. Something very exciting, there is merch on the way that it's in the works, and honestly it is super dope. And that's not just because like I kind of came up with the ideas and have a company designing it. It's literally just like, it's shirts I would wear, and I'm really picky. If you notice, I don't really ever wear like graphic t-shirts or anything like that. I almost just always wear like plain regular t-shirts like I'm wearing right now. So these shirts, they're pretty cool, and so hopefully I'll be able to get some of those out and show you guys those soon. But in the meantime, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, tell your homies about it. I appreciate the heck out of you guys. Until next time, see ya.